guys. I'm in my bathroom and I have my towel on my head because I just got out of the shower. But I asked all of you on my Instagram if you wanted to learn how I got rid of my hormonal acne. So I got like a ton of responses in my Instagram stories on the picture that I posted. Everyone said yes, please. So I am here and I'm going to show you. I feel like I should give you a little bit of a background story on my skin, and I'm going to try not to look at myself in the little screen there. Anyway, so I started getting acne when I was 11 years old. I used to get like the little tiny, it started with like the little tiny pimples all over my forehead. So that was when I was 11, and that was like that super awkward stage. I think I was in fifth grade or sixth grade, I don't remember. And I was like super tall, skinny, taller than all the boys in my class. You know, plus the acne, it just added to it, and I was like shy on top of that, so it was just like a super awkward time in my life. So anyway, that was when I was 11. I think when I was 12 and 13 it got worse. You know, it started moving to different areas of my face, my chin, my cheeks. It was all hormonal. And so my mom brought me to the dermatologist, and of course they gave me, I've tried like creams like Retin-A, Duac, if that's how you pronounce it. I've been on different pills and medications to try to cut back on the bacteria that causes the acne. Those, I mean, they helped a little bit, but it's like my body always got used to whatever I was trying. So I dealt with acne from 11 up until the age of maybe 21 or 22, and it was like, I feel like I had all the kinds of acne that you can have. The tiny pimples, the ingrown like under the skin zits that hurt so bad. I had horrible acne on my back. I had it like on my arms to where I had it like all over my chest, to the point where for a couple of years I would only wear polo shirts that covered my arms and my neck and my back, or like t-shirts that were like crew neck t-shirts. Like this wouldn't even work. I couldn't wear anything like this. It had to be like, you know, like this to cover. It was terrible. But when I turned 22, around that age, it seemed to just kind of like mellow out and fix itself a little bit. I still dealt with breakouts, but they weren't anything terrible. Then when I got pregnant with my son when I was 26, I think, I of course dealt with acne at the beginning of my pregnancy, and I was like, oh great, it's back. I feel like I'm, you know, 18 all over again. But it wasn't that bad. It ended up clearing up in my second trimester, and then I had beautiful skin the rest of the time. And even after my son was born, my skin went back to normal, and it was great. Then I got pregnant with my daughter, and the same thing happened. And this is when I was 28, I think. I'm 30 now, if you're wondering. I was 28, and same thing. I got some breakouts in the beginning of my pregnancy with Nora, my daughter, and then it cleared up, and my skin was pretty much perfect until she was born. And then it was like terrible. Like about 2 weeks postpartum, like overnight, it just turned terrible, and I was like, what is going on? So I called my dermatologist immediately because I felt like I was 13 and it was like everywhere. And it wasn't just regular acne, it was dermatitis, which is a form of acne. It was itchy, it burned, it was like terrible. I'm just gonna take this towel off. So that was just a few months ago. My daughter's 8 months old now. So I went to the dermatologist. They put me on a lotion, a prescription lotion. It's more like a gel, and that helped clear it up maybe 50%. But I wasn't happy. My skin was still so messed up. It was oily, and I got them all in through here, like all around my nose. all on here, and then on my cheek. They put me on the lotion that cleared it up about 50%, and then it changed to a different kind of acne, so I had to go back to the doctor, and they put me on, I had stopped breastfeeding at that point, so they put me on another one of those prescriptions that kind of kills the bacteria that causes acne. This did not work for me. It actually made me it made my skin a lot worse. I had like that initial breakout. So I kept taking it just because I thought, you know, it's an initial breakout and then it's going to be so much better. It did clear up a little bit, but only about 20%. It was still terrible. And in the meantime, my skin was so oily and I just felt gross. So then after that, I went back to the dermatologist. I said, look, I am not happy. And I don't know if this is just the whole hormonal thing after you stop breastfeeding and after you give birth. So I asked them, I was like, do you think that I should just wait this out? Like, stop taking prescriptions that could be just damaging in the long run. So they actually, what the dermatologist told me was, and this was on like a kind of like, I had okay days and I had bad days. This was on like an okay day at the dermatologist, or the day that I went to the dermatologist. They said, look, you have exceptional skin for a 30-year-old woman. And he said, this is what I want you to do. You're just going to kind of wait it out from here. We're not going to give you any more prescriptions. I want you to stand, and I'll show you, he put his arm out. I want you to stand at least 3 feet away from the mirror until your skin clears up, or even like after your skin clears up, continue. You should be standing, you know, that far away from the mirror. I kind of took that to heart. It kind of hit me like in a heavy way because I realized that I am very hard on myself. And I always have been that way. So I took that information and I used it. And what they also said was, I want you to go to the store, grab this other product, and it should help your hormonal acne. But no more prescriptions, just wait it out. So I went to the store right after my appointment and I grabbed the product that they told me to start using on my face or, you know, wherever I need it. Don't mind my hair, you guys. Now, before I tell you what the product is that they recommended, I also want to say that I have done other things to try to help my skin and keep it clear while I'm going through this hormonal imbalance and while it kind of levels itself out. I drink a ton of water, and I do struggle with this actually. Like, I'll pour a big glass of water, I'll set it down somewhere and the kids will distract me and I'll forget about it. I'll find it 3 hours later and I haven't drank any water in the meantime. So I have this water bottle. I've actually had it for a couple of years. It's a 24-ounce water bottle, and I try to drink at least 3 of these a day. What helps is I add a ton of ice, and I will sometimes squeeze some lemon in there, some lemon juice. That helps. So that's my first tip to help with clear skin. Another tip that I would have for you is, and you're probably gonna roll your eyes at me, but eat like a healthy, balanced diet. And now I don't mean salads all the time. I mean like lean meats, lots of veggies. I actually don't eat a lot of fruit. I just don't really like it, but I'll have like a fruit smoothie, lots of water, a clean diet. And then another tip I would have for you, and I started doing this years ago, probably when my acne actually started to kind of clear itself up, I stopped wearing makeup. I used to wear foundation, concealer, blush, and mascara almost every day growing up, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with makeup, but if you have hormonal acne, it doesn't help. It clogs your pores. So I'm going to show you my routine. Every morning, or whenever I get to shower, because sometimes the kids don't let me do it until like 1 in the afternoon. Every day when I shower, I get out, I dry my face off, and I use this product here, and this is what the dermatologist recommended. And this may not work for everyone. Obviously, we all have different skin. You may have already tried this and it didn't work for you. If you can't see it, it is, I don't think it's focusing, the Neutrogena Rapid Clear Spot Gel, and it's a benzoyl peroxide spot treatment. And make sure if you go out and you buy this, it's the 10%. Benzoyl peroxide, 10%. This is what the dermatologist told me to buy. So I started using it that night after I got home from the store. I washed my face and I put it, wherever I needed it. So what I do is I put just like a pea-size amount. It depends on how much acne I have. This is probably half pea-size. Today I have pretty clear skin. I think all I have is like where my hair hits. Sometimes I'll break out with little pimples that you can't even see. It just feels a little bit bumpy. So I think right here I have like a little tiny bump. It's not red, so I'll just put a little dot there, and then I'll just kind of feel along my face. Like I said, I have some little ones here, and then if I feel any bumps, I'll put it on. Like right here, it just feels a little bit bumpy, and they're just like the little tiny ones that you get with hormonal acne. And this is like a dark spot that I got from pregnancy. That's not a pimple. But that's it. So I dot it around wherever I need it. I know I'm like talking too much, but then I rubbed it in. So rub it in really good until it is completely in your skin and you can't feel it anymore. I'm not rubbing that hard. I know it looks like I'm rubbing really hard, but I'm not. And this one. Now I will say I have oily combination skin. So I get oily like in between my eyebrows, around my nose, and on my chin. So kind of like, is that my T-zone? I don't know. So if you have dry skin, this is going to dry you out a little bit. So only use it on your pimples, like where you actually really need it. Can I tell you that after I started using this, within 2 days, and this probably seems so like stupid and simple to you guys, but after using this for 2 days, my acne was like 90% gone in my skin. You'll notice when you put this on, it just makes your skin feel smooth. Within 2 weeks, my acne was gone. My hormonal acne. Now, I will say that I do get small breakouts. Last week was that time of the month, so I had like a couple of little tiny pimples over here. A couple actually on my chest. I will use this on my chest, and I'll use it wherever I need it, really. Within 2 weeks, my acne was gone. And I do struggle with those little breakouts here and there, but I will just plaster this stuff on the pimples that I do get, and it's like they're dried up within 2 days. So I like to just feel around, and if I do feel any bumps, any pimples starting to form, put this on it, and do it 2 to 3 times a day. So I also want to share what I use for lotion, because I do use lotion on my face. Even though my skin is oily, I have been putting lotion around my eyes and around my mouth where I, normally get wrinkles, and where it's kind of my dry areas. I do put lotion around those areas, and I've been doing that for the past like 15 years, since I was 15 years old. The lotion that I use is this Burt's Bees Sensitive Skin Lotion, okay? And I will put this just where I need it, and I'll do like a pea size. That's an actual pea size. Rub it around, and then I'll put it under my eyes, around my eyes, and then I'll take the rest and just put it where I feel kind of dry. So that's what I do for lotion on my face. Okay, the Burt's Bees, and I'll have all these products linked down below. And the only other thing I do, this is like my face routine every morning. The benzoyl peroxide, 10%, the sensitive skin Burt's Bees lotion, and Burt's Bees chapstick. You can't go wrong with the Burt's Bees chapstick. If you're wondering what I use to actually wash my face, Dial Gold Bar. It's an antibacterial soap. So I think that's why it helped clear up my skin. And you're probably thinking like, ew, that's like cheap soap, don't put that on your face. But I do, and it works for me. And I feel like it has helped keep my skin clear over the years until I had my hormonal imbalance where I just, you know, couldn't really do much about it. So I wash my face once a day with this, just in the shower. If I ever do, like sometimes I'll go out on a date with my husband or have like a wedding or something to attend, I will put on a little bit of makeup just, you know, to cover up these, you know, tired eyes that my kids have given me. So if I ever do go out, I'll put on a tiny bit of makeup, and you really don't need much. When you have clear skin, you don't need to wear that much makeup. So what I use though, if I do put some on, is this concealer, L'Oreal True Match Concealer, and I'm in the shade, the light medium W4-5, it's probably not focusing, but L'Oreal True Match Concealer. This is a stick version, this is the liquid version. So I tend to go more for the stick version because I do have oily skin, and this one will kind of wipe off after a while if your skin gets oily. But if you have dry skin, this one would probably work better for you. If I put on a little bit of blush, I just use the CoverGirl Cheekers, I think it's called, and this is in the color Cinnamon Toast. I just put a little bit of that on my cheeks so I can have some color. And then I'll put on a little bit of mascara, Organic Wear by Physicians Formula. And I will just put a little under my eyes, around my nose, and on my chin where I'm a little bit red. And that's it. What I would say is if you have really bad acne and you're not comfortable going out without makeup on, clear a weekend and buy this stuff. Don't wear makeup all weekend. Don't plan on seeing anybody. Use this stuff 2 to 3 times a day wherever you need it. And if you need the lotion, try this lotion. Doesn't make you break out. And even try the Gold Bar. So one weekend, starting Friday night until Monday morning, try it, see if it works for you, and let me know in the comments down below if it worked for you, because I would love to hear, even if it helped one person. This video would be totally worth it for me. So that is it, guys. That is how I cleared my hormonal acne. Don't forget to drink your water and eat a healthy diet. Try the soap, try the cream, try the lotion, whatever you want to do, and let me know if it worked for you. And I will see you in my next video.